Hello everyone, and welcome to AbitronixDirect.com. My name is Hugo, and today I thought it'd be a pretty cool thing to do, videotape the install and how to retrofit my old school 19-inch tube style Toshiba TV that's been with me for about 18 years. It still puts out a great picture, but I think it's time to retire out the old tube style and let's go with the brand new Panasonic 32-inch LCD that's waiting right downstairs. Now what's cool about this is that I'm going to take it down the old articulating mount that was supporting this for many years, get the bracket out of here that was holding up the old DVD and VHS combo player. I'm going to put up Pro mounts, UA Pro 210, one of my favorite articulating mounts that's going to be holding that brand new Panasonic 32-inch LCD. I can't wait. But anyway, I'm going to take you step by step, show you how to snake those HDMI cables down below so that no more cable box is going to be showing up on top, no more DVD players. I'll get a nice Blu-ray and we're going to remotely mount everything, so stay tuned. Years ago when I did this installation, I remember using crimp connectors when we used to do all the coax connections. Nowadays it's all about compression. I also did bring up the electrical and mounted it right next to the joist where it's supporting this articulating mount. What I'm going to do is I'll probably keep all my electrical just where it is. I will eliminate this and I'll use probably a scoop plate here to bring in hide all my HDMI cables down the wall. I'll take my feed of coax, I'll also bring that down the wall, and then I'll have my cable box located somewhere else because it's not going to be suspended from the new articulating mount. So I'm going to start taking everything down little by little and showing you how I go about changing this. Alright, let's remove this old player here. A lot of dust. Wow. Oh, here's the old articulating mount that we used to have. Alright, so now I'm getting ready to open up the UA Pro 210 by Pro Mounts. Nice, sleek, articulating mount. And if you look, I'm going to try to mount it right over this little area here because, as you can see, I'm really not in the mood to be painting tonight. So let's see what we can do. So I've got my articulating arm and I've removed, just by using an Allen wrench, the actual back plate that gets mounted on the Panasonic 32-inch. So I'm going to actually adjust the bars, okay, to the actual VESA standards on the back of this 32. I'll mount it, and then we'll just be able to clip it on once the articulating arm is up on the joist. Nice thing is, you've got in the Pro Mount kit every possible option for mounting, right? From an M4 all the way to an M6. We've centered it, we've mounted it. Here's where you make your minor adjustments once it's mounted on the articulating arm. But as you can see, you're going to have a couple HDMI inputs. You have your cable out, you know, if you needed to, or connect to a PC, and a component on this TV. Simple one, but got a great picture though. So let's get that arm up on a wall. We should be good to go. I've supported it off of the joist just above where the old one used to be, but what I've done is I made sure I measured the television so it's nice and centered, that you can get a good angle on the viewing. I've widened the hole here, and what I'm going to use are these Datacom boxes. They're really nice because from the angle you're not going to be able to see a black hole. What I do is I move the actual scoop, instead of mounting it this way, I scoop it out through the sides. I'm going to bring down HDMI cables, and I already slid down the coaxial cable. I've got my HDMI cables, two of them, tied off. These are the actual 1.4 version, or the way we call it today, just the Ethernet with 3D. And I'm going to now snake them up through the hole, right up the wall, and out that section there. Okay, start snaking some of this cable up here to here. There we go. Good. Now, I always recommend using longer HDMI cables because you got to take into account that it's going to go up the arm across here into the back of your TV. Plus, at the same time, you're going to need some room for that HDMI cable to connect to your components. So in this case, I like to use 12 footers. Now, some people might say 12 footers are too long, but you know what? 6-foot cables are too short. So I'd rather go with the 12. I cut the hole a little bit wider alongside here. Well, now I'm just going to hook the TV. The easiest way to do it, since I have the articulating arm, I'm just going to swing it and I'm going to lift it over my head and just hook it. Once it's hooked, I can make all the adjustments I need to. And then just let it drop. And she's good in place. Now I make my final adjustments. For this area here, there was a variety of options that I was looking at. Possibly something where we could just push the cables through with a nice deco plate. But I think what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to go with the Arlington scoop plate. It'll look nice. I'll just reverse it so that the cables actually flow straight down from the wall. Since this coax is going to go tucked back in the wall, I've added a splice. Now, I don't really like to add splice connections for dB loss, but I've added a nice 3 gigahertz splice here, so we should be okay. And then this will slide right back in the wall. Any excess HDMI right back up in the wall. I'm excited because after a few hours of playing around with the retrofit, it's all complete. I've just connected the Cablevision's new high definition box. My new coax and 2 HDMI cables are really tight and snug, so there's not too much excess cable. It looks great. I put back the vase, and I'm going to put the new Blu-ray player as well right at the top of here. Still allows sufficient amount of room for ventilation for all the components. This here vase does not weigh a lot, so it's not a big deal to put it right on top of the equipment. But as you can see, gorgeous high definition image. I can't wait to stream my first Netflix video or Blu-ray. And right now we've got CNN News on high def, so great image. Hope you've enjoyed this video of the retrofit here from my old to new. I still miss my 19-inch Toshiba. Anyway, my friends, continue to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, read our blogs. Any questions, type them out, email them back to us. I'd be more than happy, and my team, to answer as many questions as possible. Again, thanks, and make that connection.